Children, 9th standard, that I am taking class for in history, that is the yearly Tamil society and culture. In the previous class, we saw about the Tamil literatures, then the poets, the text, Tamil literature text, Tolkappiyam, எட்டுத்தொகை, பத்துப்பாட்டு, 11 கீழ்கணக்கு, 11 மேல் கணக்கு, then the 5 great epics, all about we saw the sources of yearly Tamil literature. What are all the sources we saw? Classical Tamil literature, then epigraphy, about the inscriptions we saw, then archaeological excavations, the materials and the culture. Apart from that, we'll have the continuation in the archaeological sources. That is the archaeological survey department in India. That is archaeological survey of India. This is only done all the archaeological excavations, and from that excavations only we know about the yearly Tamil society. So it was also considered as one of the sources to know about the Tamil history. Understand? And next what we can see abdin paatha archaeological sources la the material culture. The archaeologists found evidences for the coins also, the coins which were used by the rulers at that time. So we know about the rulers, that is the brick structures, the town planning, then the buildings which were constructed by the rulers. Understand? Everything we can see by this material culture. And many artifacts also gave us much information about the rulers. Artifacts in the sense, the beads, the bangles, that is the camos and the intaglios. That is, the camo is an ornament made by the precious stone, which are the images carved on the surface. They are called as cameo. Okay, C-A-M-E-O, cameo. Another one is intaglio. Intaglio is an ornament which images are carved as recesses below the surface. They are called as intaglio. So from these all material resources, we know about the kings, the rulers at that time. And where ennala irukku pata, the arts, the evidences, the pottery works we saw, then the arts and the crafts, then industries together, then trade and transport. To understand, we have much the kingdom of the rulers. Okay, and next to that, the coins which were used by the Mohendas, that is the Cheras, Cholas and the Pandyas, the coins they used. From that also we know about the rulers of those at that time. And the punch marked coins, they used the punch marked coins and the Roman coins. It is also the Roman coins also another important sources because of to know about the trade transaction between India with Rome. So Roman coins நம்ம இந்தியாவில் archaeological evidenceல கிடைச்சது அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? What is meant by that? The Romans, they have the trade contacts with India. அதனால தான் அவங்களோட காயின்ஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம இந்தியாவில் அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அது பூமிக்கடியில் புதைஞ்சி இருந்திருக்கு. Understand? The Roman coins especially found at Kodumanal in Bodinayakanur, near Bodinayakanur. And the Roman coins we can see in Coimbatore region and Alagan, Kulam, Karur and Madurai. And they were used the bullion. Bullion means the precious metal available in the form of ingots. Understand? They are called as bullion. And the next one, the Tamil, another important source. 4 sources I told you. What were the sources? The classical Tamil literature, first one. Second one was epigraphy. Third one was archaeological evidences. And the fourth one, that is non-Tamil, the foreign travelers, travelogues of the foreigners, that is the fourth one. So fourth source நம்ம இப்போ பார்க்க போகிறோம், that is the non-Tamilian. அதில் it gave the travelogues of the foreign people, the poets. Understand? அவங்களோட புக்கிலேருந்து we can know about the early Tamil society. It gave very much importance. That is, it gave much information about the kings of the early Tamil society. Allah, one by one we'll see. Fourth source was the foreign travelers. Foreign travelers accounts. Who are all? We'll see. First one, Arthasastra. Arthasastra, it was a classical economy of the country. That is, it was written by Kautilya. Arthasastra was written by great Kautilya. And it tells about the kingdom of the Mauryan period. Understand? The ruler Mauryan period, and about the Pandyas also. Especially it deals about the pearl and shells from the Pandyan country. Then next one, Mahavamsa. First one, Arthasastra, and next one, Mahavamsa. Mahavamsa is a Buddhist chronicle. It was a Buddhist chronicle. Composed in Pali language. Prakrit was a language I told you. Pali was another language which was spoken by the common people at that time. Understand? So this Mahavamsa, it was a Buddhist chronicle written in Pali language. Okay, it tells about mentions about the merchants and the traders from Tamil Nadu, that is especially in South India. Okay, and next one, Peripulus of Erythraean Sea. Third one, Peripulus. Peripulus of Erythraean Sea is an ancient Greek textbook. It is a text. Greek text in Greek language. Text na, it is a literature. It was a literature. But we don't know about who has written this. Idha எழுதுன author யாரு நமக்கு தெரியாது. Understand? We don't know about the author. And this is about the Erythraean Sea, refers to the water, about the sailors. Sailors எப்படி அதில் Erythraean Sea வழியாக எப்படி போனாங்க, and the sailors how they have the trade contact in this Red Sea. Understand? And it makes references to the Sangam port. About what are all the Sangam ports we know: Mussoorie, Tondi, Kurkai and Kumari, as well as the Cheras and the Pandyas. Okay, the next one, Pliny's Natural History. Fourth one. Pliny's Natural History. Here the Pliny the Elder, the Pliny அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம்ல அவரை, the Pliny the Elder was a Roman who wrote natural history. The Plinyன்றவர் Roman. Understand? Roman author. He was an Pliny was an author. அவர் எழுதின புக்கு தான் என்னது? Natural History. Understand? It tells about the nature of that time. Okay, it was written in Latin language. என்ன லாங்குவேஜில் எழுதினார்? Latin language. It is text about the natural history of the Roman Empire. Especially this Pliny tells about the pepper trade with India. Pepper na melagu, the spice we can say, understand. So it tells about the spice trade, the pepper trade up within India, and he told that it took 40 days to travel between Rome and India. ஸோ அந்த நார்த் ஈஸ்ட் ஆஃப்ரிக்காலேருந்து ஓஷன் வழியாக அப்படியே நம்ம இந்தியாவுக்கு வர்றதுக்கு எவ்வளோ நாள் ஆகுதுன்னு அவர் சொல்கிறாரு, 40 days ஆகுது அப்படின்றாரு. இஃப் இட் இஸ் த மான்சூன் இஸ் ஃபேவரபிள், சப்போஸ் புயல் காற்று மழை சைக்ளோன் அந்த மாதிரி இருந்ததுன்னா இட் வில் டேக் மோர் டைம், அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். அப்படி ஒன்றுமே இல்லை, ஃபேவரபுளாக த கிளைமேட் இஸ் ஃபேவரபிள், த மான்சூன் இஸ் ஃபேவரபிள், இட் வில் பி டேக் ஒன்லி 40 days to reach India அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாரு. அண்ட் he had also mentioned about the Pandyas of Madurai and about the Kerala coast, understand. And Pliny laments of about the Roman wealth due to the Romans, that is they have the trade of this pepper trade between Rome and this India. And we had much information about the trade contact by this Pliny's. The book is Natural History, okay. And then next one is Ptolemy's Geography. P is silent in this. Ptolemy's Geography. This Ptolemy is a geographer, that is in the atlas we can know Ptolemy, we can much, he was a geographer, we can read about him much in geography. அட்லஸ் எல்லாம் கண்டுபிடிச்சது, அது அட்லஸ் எல்லாம் மார்க் பண்ணி எழுதுனது எதை வச்சு அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் த Ptolemy's this picture, okay. And he told about the Roman empire also. In the 2nd century he wrote about Kavarippumpattinam and Korkai, Kanyakumari, then Musiri are some of the places mentioned about in his geography, understand. அவர் எழுதின அந்த geography அந்த புக்கிலேருந்து we know about those places. And next one, Peutingerian table. Peutingerian. Peutingerian table. This Peutingerian table is an illustrated map of the Roman roads. ரோமில் எப்படி ரோட்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி இருந்தது அப்படின்றத இந்த ஃபாரின் ட்ராவலாக இவர் எழுதின அந்த மேப்லேருந்து நம்ம we can know about, understand. It tells about the ancient Tamilagam as well as this Musiri. And then next one, Vienna Papyrus. Papyrus that you all know, papyrus, it was a plant which is used to make paper, so it is called as papyrus, understand. So Vienna Papyrus is a Greek document datable to the 2nd century. எதை பற்றி இருக்குன்னா, it is about the 2nd century, mentioned about the Musiri trade in the olden days. And the Papyrus Museum, it is also attached with the Austrian National Library in Vienna, that is in Austria. That is why it is called as Vienna Papyrus, understand, Vienna. And it contains the agreement between the traders which mentions about the ship trading, understand, the name of the ship, ஒரு ஷிப்பை வச்சு அவங்க எப்படி ட்ரேட் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்றத we can know about from this. And Hermopolen, the list article of exports such as என்னெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்களா, pepper and ivory, the exports of pepper and ivory that were shipped from India to the Roman Empire, understand. இந்தியாவிலேருந்து they exported pepper and ivory to the Roman Empire. So these are all about the foreign travelers accounts. Understand? Who were again, I'll repeat you, this Arthashastra, it was written by Kautilya, and Mahavamsa, it was a Buddhist chronicle in the Pali language, and this Periplus, it was a Greek textbook. Understand? Then Pliny, he was an author. He wrote this natural history in the Latin language. Understand? About this, what we can say, the Roman trade relationship between Rome and India, of this pepper trade, fully natural things. Adha patti அவர் full எழுதியிருக்காரு. Then Ptolemy's geography. This Ptolemy, he was a great geographer. He written about the places, எப்படி the ports, Kavarimboopattinam, Tondi, Musiri, and the port எல்லாம் எப்படி இருந்தது, about geography he has written. Then Peutingerian table. Understand? We know about, and this Vienna papyrus, the papyrus was a plant which was used to make paper, and it is tells about the what we can say, the trade between Rome and this India. From India, we exported pepper and ivory to the Roman Empire. So the Vienna papyrus la idella therinjikalam. And Ptolemy's geography la we can know about the road map of this Rome. Understand? The road map of the Roman Empire. So these are all about the foreign travelers accounts in the ancient time. Ancient Tamil, the early Tamil society and culture la the foreigners, ஃபாரின்லேருந்து நம்ம இந்தியாவை வந்து அவங்க எப்படி இந்தியாவை பற்றிலாம் எழுதியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் சோர்ஸ் to know about the early Tamil society and culture. Next one we'll see about the Sangam age. Understand? So have you all understand, children? Again I'll repeat you. That is the sources of history. The early Tamil society and culture, they are 4 classification. That was 4 sources. What are they? First one, the classical Tamil literature, Tolkapiyam, Ettuthogai, Pattupaattu, 11 கீழ்கணக்கு, 11 மேல் கணக்கு, then Silappadigaram, Manimegalai, Sivaka Sindhamani, so on those 5 great epics. That's first source பார்த்தோம். And the second source was the epigraphy. Epigraphy was the inscriptions, understand, about the coins, the materials. And the archaeological sources. The archaeological sources, that is, which the sites, the places, which the archaeological evidences, especially the Archaeological Survey of India, this department, as well as the Tamil Nadu Government Archaeological Survey Department. Both of them, they joined together. They found out, they gave much information, much evidences about the early Tamil society. And the 4th source was the foreign travelers accounts. The foreign travelers who has written about the early Tamil society and the culture. In the next, we'll see about the Sangam age in the next class. Okay, children. Thank you. Bye.